All right, guys, coming back to you guys with a tech tip. Today we're going to be talking about hole punching. A lot of times you'll use it, like in this certain case right here. I'm laying sheet metal on a raised bed floor, and I don't want to have a bunch of welds in the corners, like a corner joint tack, because I plan to just run a nice clean seam seal around that, and I don't want visible welds. And I don't want to have to add the extra work in grinding down the tack, because when the tacks are in the corner like that, they're very difficult to get them nice and flat like you need them, without interfering with the way the sheet metal sits and all that. So what I've got for you guys is the Eris metal hole punch set. You guys, this thing's killer. I originally bought this thing before I even got sponsored with Eris Tool, and it was like, I think less than $50, guys. I bought it on Amazon. I ended up getting into a sponsorship with them, and things are phenomenal. I have a bunch of their stuff. Let me see. For example, magnetic trays. You guys, these things are killer. They just flat and smash. They smash flat. You can just hit them. They're magnetic. You know, they'll stick to whatever, guys. I also have their hammer set, guys. I use these a lot. You know, this is the big daddy. This is when things ain't really going your way. But that's a whole nother video on all their stuff. I want to actually show you guys this one tool in specific, because this thing is a lifesaver, and I think a lot of you guys should get this. So when it comes to drilling holes, you know, there's a bunch of different ways. You can drill them, you can step bit them, you can do all kinds of stuff. The main reason that I use this tool instead of drilling and using a unibit to step up the size is that there's no cleanup with this, you guys. I mark my line, and that's what this is right here. This is my outer perimeter where I'm gonna basically line this tool up and just punch a bunch of holes in it, so that way I can tack this to the square tube that's in the bed already. So let me open this up for you guys. So first off, showing you guys, obviously there's two missing. That's what's currently set up in this. This is the tool itself. It's got a nice little handle on it. It's got an adjuster. This key right here is to adjust the depth that you want for this. I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull this out because it's been kind of getting in my way. I don't really use the adjuster very often. I kind of it's quicker, I think, for me to scribe my line and then just kind of run along my line. But the key comes in very handy. It's basically your screwdriver for this. To change your bits, you're gonna pull this out. And what that screw does is that screw holds your upper arm into the piece. So now you can slide it out, and they come out through the top, just like that, guys. That's your upper die. And like I was saying, there's a bunch of different options, you guys. This one goes from 3/30 seconds all the way to 9/30 seconds. So you can put a pretty big hole in some sheet metal. I would honestly say I'm probably pushing it by doing it with 18 gauge, sometimes 16 gauge. But it also depends on how strong you are. I can punch through it pretty easily, but yeah, so that's how the top comes out. To get the top die out, the bottom die just literally untwists. So you can change this thing out and go to the next size, go bigger, go smaller, whichever you need. I'm currently running the 3/16 hole, and that gives me a perfect hole to rosette weld and put a nice weld in, so that way it stays nice and sturdy in the bed. These all get ground down. This is just to actually hold this to the tube, and then it all gets seam sealed around, like I said. But you guys, there's a whole bunch of different ones that you guys can use. I typically use the 3/16 for most everything. That's a pretty decent sized hole. It also comes with the nice carrying case, obviously. Makes it super handy to keep organized, especially when you got all these small little dies in here. The last thing I had one instance where I had it open and I dropped it, and it took me days to find all of the dies. So now I make sure that I close it up and I'm done. But you guys, this thing is super handy. It's gonna make your life easier. And one of the reasons why it makes your life easier is when you drill and you step bit on the bottom side of the material, which is the side that I need extremely flat, you always get a burr. So now you've got to go back, you've got to grind it, you got to clean it up. It's way more of a process if I drill it. Yeah, it might be a little bit faster as far as drilling the holes, but when I have to set up a grinder, I got to clean all that stuff up, use a deburr bit, something like that. It doesn't make sense. This tool beats that hands down. So I'm gonna actually, I'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit how it goes. Hopefully I don't look like a dummy, but. So it also has one of the things that's important about this tool is, I doubt you guys can see it, but on the very center of it, there's basically like a centering piece. So all you need to do is get that lined up with your line, and then you just punch away, guys. It's so easy. So there we are, we're set up. Literally just 2 hands. Bam, you got a hole. As I was saying, on the back side, you literally have no burr, no nothing. It acts as, it's a punch. So it's just the stress pushes the hole through the material, makes it super easy to use, guys. And we use this thing daily. We use this for the spot welds that go back on repop panels. Like pretty much the Chevelle has about 1,000 punch holes in it from spot welds. So we use it for everything. It's super handy. And I mean, when you're talking about budget friendly, this tool doesn't beat it, you know? Even if you used a drill, even if you didn't have a drill, say you went to Harbor Freight, I have a whole bunch of Harbor Freight drills. You're still gonna spend like $75 on the drill. It's not gonna come with a battery, so then you're, another 50 bucks for batteries. If you don't have drill bits, I'm sure Harbor Freight sells drill bits for like 10 bucks, but how long are you gonna use that? I've been using this tool for years, never replaced a single die, never had a problem with it. The only problem is occasionally that the punch holes get stuck in here, but I literally just punch again and it pops the next one out. So super easy tool, guys, super handy. This is a great tool to have in your arsenal for any sort of metal fabrication that you guys are doing. So I'll put the link down in the, right underneath me. I'll also put it in the bio so you guys can go check it out. Check out all the stuff they have. They have sockets, wrenches, magnets, punches, all kinds of automotive tools, everything you need. And yeah, super easy to work with. They ship fast. They usually have everything that you want in stock. So go check them out, guys. That's gonna end off this week's tech tip. Hopefully it was useful. I'll continue to put these out and show you guys all the different tools that I use in here to get the job done. So make sure you guys are following along.